Hi, it's Heather with Murray's Home for Wayward Chickens. And last week I had posted a video where I got scared because I heard squawking going on in the woods. And it was the rooster yelling at the chickens that they'd gone too far, and he rallied them back to the run. But at the end of the video, I saw one of our brown chickens limping in the background. And so I brought her in the house, and she's actually been in the house for almost a week now. She has an injured leg. So this is our brown chicken. I also posted a short clip the other day of the chicken in the wheelchair. So we wanted to go over that a little bit because there are so many different types of injuries with leg injuries. So many different types. We're not sure if maybe the rooster jumped on her and he weighed too much and he hurt her leg, or if she fell jumping from something, or if she hurt it running. But this leg injury was different than any that I had previously seen. We're usually able to rehab them. It takes a while. Sometimes it's 2 to 4 weeks. It's usually like 6 weeks. This one was different. So, hang on. Sorry, we're getting a propane delivery and the dogs are going nuts. So, this leg injury was different than any I had seen before. We gave her meloxicam. Now, meloxicam is a pain medication that we give to the chickens for any number of reasons. We always like to give them, obviously, the correct dose, but we'll usually talk to the vet ahead of time just to be sure. You don't want to give them enough pain medication that they re-injure themselves. You just want to curb the pain so that they can get comfortable, but you still want them to feel just a little tiny bit of pain or discomfort so that they give themselves time to rest and it can heal. If you overdose them with the pain medication and they don't feel any pain whatsoever, they will get up and start running around and it won't heal and it'll re-injure. So the difference with this one, this is our brown chicken, is that the meloxicam did nothing. You'll usually see a difference within, 20 minutes to a half an hour. You give them some meloxicam and it's not that they just start, perking up and acting like a clown, but you can see that they're able to get comfortable. The meloxicam did nothing in this situation. So I brought the wheelchair out, tried to see what was going on with her legs. I don't know enough about chickens to know if it's a broken leg or if it's a sprain or ligaments. I don't know that much. So this time I called the vet because she was in the house for 5 days and there was no improvement. She actually seemed to be getting worse. And I couldn't get her to be comfortable. And I had to readjust her all day long. So it's a time-consuming process. I also, when I put her in the wheelchair, I don't leave her in there all day. The wheelchair is just a way to get the support of her underbelly so that her legs can get a little break. What was happening with her is that her good leg was taking the strain of all of her body weight. Now she's starting to injure and wear out that leg. So I put her in the wheelchair so that she could get some support in her underbelly, take the weight off of her legs, and give them a rest. She's only in the wheelchair for as long as she can sustain. She didn't seem comfortable in it, but I figured out that the wheelchair was sized for the last chicken that was in it, so I had to cut the fabric and give more room for her legs, and I put a piece of cushion in the middle because I think it was irritating her legs. So there's a cushion that wraps over now, and I put her food and water tray in front of her so that she can more easily and more comfortably eat and drink while she's rehabilitating. I took her to the vet yesterday, and I'm really glad that I did because she doesn't have a sprain or a break. I wanted her leg splinted. If it was possible to put a splint on it, I wanted something done because I knew this was different. The vet determined that her knee, or the bend in her leg, was loose and had play. It's not supposed to move to the sides. She had play. So the vet gave her a steroid shot and wrapped her leg. She thinks that it's a ligament tear. And so if it's a ligament tear, the reason the meloxicam wasn't working is because she can't feel anything in that leg. It's sort of like her leg just went lame. So it's not a matter of her being able to not walk on it because it hurts. Her toes are curled under like this because she doesn't have the control to put her foot this way. So she's got this on. This has to stay for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we take it off and put a new one on. She got a big steroid shot, which means large gauge needle. So the vet put it in the leg where she didn't feel, there's numbness. So she was really good about getting her shot. If it works out and she shows signs of improvement by today, and I'm going to follow up with the vet shortly, then what we're going to do going forward is we're going to give her a smaller dose of steroid, which can go in a much smaller gauge needle, and it can be diluted with water. So it'll be a tiny little gauge needle instead of the big fat one she got yesterday. And she'll get a dose of steroid every day for about 5 or 6 days. That's going to bring the inflammation down. It's going to make the ligaments potentially start healing better. It's been a struggle to get her comfortable. So now I'm just holding her so she can just get a break. She is starting to be able to stand on that leg and give her other leg a break when she's in the wheelchair. And I just have to spread her toes out to make sure that they're like this instead of curled under like this. We may wind up having to tape her toes, but I'm thinking that we may not have to, because if you notice, her toes are not curled under. When we took her to the vet yesterday, her claw looked like this. So it's already a little bit improved. I'm going to put her in the wheelchair quick to show you. Ignore the food all over the floor. I haven't cleaned it up yet. She knocked her food dish over and food went everywhere. We have a sick chicken. I don't really care what the floor looks like right now, so hang on. So this is her wheelchair. One leg. This is the cushion that I put in the middle. It's just a piece of foam, and I stapled it underneath so that it doesn't get in the way. I had bunting in there, and her claw kept getting caught in the bunting. So I'm going to put her bed, one leg in each hole. And she is opting. See how she wants to. Okay. All right, she's opting to keep. Let me see if I can move this. I can't. She is standing on her good leg. Her toes are splayed out. And yes, that's her poop. I had to cut fabric. The fabric gets cut in the back so that she doesn't sit in her poop all day. Her bad leg is just sort of floating. In a little while, if I leave her in here for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, she'll readjust herself. She'll start to put some of her weight on the bad leg that's wrapped. I'll make sure that her toes are straight, and it will give her good leg a break. She's on an angle right now. I want to just straighten her out a little bit. I do want to have her choose how she's most comfortable, and she'll do that herself. Oh, swinging. Okay. And then she has access to food and water. She can actually eat and drink better than she can when she's trying to stand on one leg and reach her food. I'm going to follow up. The other thing that I've been doing is holding her. When I have to hold her, I probably hold her for 20 minutes to a half an hour. There's not much you can do. I can carry her around the house, but it does limit what I can get done in a day. So I have a down pillow, which is like, it'll conform to her. I will lay her pretty much on her side a little bit. Let her, keep your hands around the chicken. Let her readjust to how she gets comfortable. And give her a break and let her lay on the pillow like that. All we can do at this point is just keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully she'll start to show signs of healing. She did take a step on it earlier. The fact that it's wrapped gives her the ability to stand on it a little bit. She can't bend it, but when she didn't have the wrap around it, the leg was limp, and she couldn't stand because she was going to fall over. So she was hopping on one leg. That's going to injure the good leg. So we're just going to keep doing this and hope to see some improvement in the next couple of days. And if we see that improvement, we're going to give her the steroid every single day. I'm going to call the vet this afternoon. And it's just one of the many leg injuries that you can have with a chicken. When we had Black-Eyed Susan in the house a few weeks ago, she just had maybe a minor sprain. She was able to walk on it. She was favoring it. But because we brought her in so quickly and she was by herself, she was able to, I think it was 2.5 weeks, and she was good to go back out to the coop. And she didn't have to reacclimate for so long because she wasn't gone for a month. If she's in here for 6 weeks, she's going to have to re-meet the whole flock. So bringing a chicken in the house that's injured is important, but you have to take everything into consideration, because when they come out of the flock, she's going to re-estimate where she's going to belong just to reacclimate and meet the chickens again. They'll remember her to a certain degree, but she's got to earn her place in the pecking order again. So it's going to be a slow introduction with this one because she's going to be gone for a while. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. I did not tape her leg myself because I didn't want to splint it or wrap it myself. I'm not a vet. I have a lot of experience with chickens, but there was no way I was going to attempt to move her leg into the right position and wrap it or splint it myself, because if I do it wrong, it's going to heal that way. So I'm not going to set her up to have a limp or be susceptible to being picked on or or have a predator come get her because she can't get away. So I made sure that I did call the vet and have the vet set the leg in the position that she thought it needed to be. So I don't do that stuff myself. Questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. If you want to hit like or subscribe, we'd love that. Have a great day.